Hello friends, welcome back. This is full stack development video series. We're building online course enrollment application. This is episode 19. This video will be interesting and I'm going to talk about the new concept called Azure Monitor. We are here to set up alerts for the API exceptions and health checks and monitoring for our .NET Core web APIs. So this video will be interesting and useful, and come, let's get started. So friends, before we dive in, this is the GitHub link where you will find every single project that I'm demonstrating. So feel free to go through and browse whichever project you like. For this specific video, I will post the exact link of the repository in the video description itself. If you would like to follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter and GitHub, these are the links that you can click and follow me. I will be more than happy to collaborate with you. So don't forget to follow me. Now let's dive into the video. Alright, so in the previous video we saw how the health checks are very important, and you know how to set up that in the .NET Core Web API. And in one of our series we also set up the Azure App Insights for our application monitoring, right? Now Azure App Insights are good. It records a lot of telemetrics. It tells you fail requests, process requests, a lot of stuff, right? But unless you go there and see, you will not know what's going on. What if there are a lot of exceptions happening, or even one exception happening as the customer is, looking into the site, and how will you respond to it? Do you want the customer to come back and tell you? No, it's not going to happen, right? So how do you proactively know what's going on in your application and do something good for it? Now, if you look at using Azure Monitor, we'll be able to drill down to the errors that we are looking for and send an alert to our email. If you see, after I set up this for this demo, I am getting a lot of alerts. Okay, this is just to show you how the alert looks. You can see it is coming from Azure Monitor alert exception. I've given a name, and it is meaningful that it is coming because of which APIs. It says this is the API on this one. This is the App Insights name, Smart Learn by Karthik API. That's the one which is tracking the logs and from where the alert got triggered. And you can also see the details of the alert name, who fired, everything here, right? Signal type, a lot of information. So you can see a lot of information here. This is the query that was returning some results. Because of that only this alert got triggered. So let's take a look at this one by one. Alright. So you saw a lot of emails getting triggered here, right? All of these alerts, I'm going to show you quickly from where this is coming. I will show you step by step of how you can create this, but stay for a second. So if you look at this is my Azure monitoring under a particular App Insights. Okay, so under that, so far as of this recording, 75 alerts has been triggered. So which means I got 75 emails. Okay. Of course, you don't need to send this much of email. This is just for demo purpose. So basically, I got 75 alerts triggered, which is showing here. Okay, and you can see all of these details. And then the alert that I have set up is the error. The error is the type of severity that is set up. Based on the severity that you have set up in the alerts triggered, it will show you different things. Okay. And I can drill down inside this. It will show you whatever I got it in the email, what time it got triggered, why this alert was triggered. All of this information will be here. There's something called preview state, like investigate. Actually, that is not for us. It's only for the company purpose. The personal email ID, whoever we have, we cannot use that feature. Anyway, that will be rolled out soon to the public also. Now, this is what we are going to see. Alright, so now let's go one by one, okay, in order for you to set up this alert. Okay, the first thing is assuming our application, right? In one of our video we saw we have already set up the Azure Application Insights, which means in our web API, if you look at the Application Insights code is there is a lot of logs that has been generated. You can see we are using SETI logs, right? Application Insights has been configured in our application. And Application Insights telemetrics is everything is here. So which means basically we have an Application Insights and that is logging some details. It could be exception, it could be information, it could be anything. So that's the first step. if you haven't done, if you're watching this video not as part of this series, we will assume you have an application insight. So then now let's go one by one. So if you go to portal.azure.com and if you search for application insights, look at this. I have a lot of applications just because I have a lot of applications, right? So I'm going to drill down to the resource group where my application insights is there. So if you look at this, I have two application insights, one for function, one for the API. If I go inside this application insight, which is what is configured in the .NET Core Web API, you can see for the last 30 days I've been heavily using 1870 requests has been gone, almost 130 is failed. Basically all of these records are based on my local testing as well as the application which is hosted. There also, if there is some exception, all of these are together. Okay, and of course if you guys have used my code just like that, if you run it and you got exception, those exception also will come here. Okay, unless you replace the application insights to your application locally. Great. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section right now. So for good, now what are we going to do is we are going to set up a Azure monitoring here. Okay, there are different ways of going and setting up the Azure monitoring. You can go here and look for Azure Monitor, and there is something called monitor will come. You can click on monitor and you can go to log and then further alerts. You can do it. The other way is going to the monitor and the application itself. So let's go both the side. Okay, so you can set up this in two ways. One is going inside a particular resource and then going and setting up the alerts, or come to the Azure Monitor and set up from there. Okay, so let's watch both the thing. First thing is go here, click on monitor, come to monitor. After you come to monitor, it will have you a lot of information like this. You can set up so many stuff, right? Let's focus on one thing. Go to alert, and for me, because I've already set up, all of these things are coming. For you, it may not come if you haven't set up. Click on create alert rule. Okay, or you can click on alert rules. These are the existing alert rules, which for one, I created. All of these application created by itself, like Azure created by itself when these resources were been created. Okay, so we are going to focus on how we can create. Click on create, and then here it will ask you to choose a particular resource for which this has been set up. Okay, now this is the place you need to drill down and set up a particular resource. So I have two subscriptions, so it is showing here. I'm going to expand the subscription. I'm going to expand a particular resource group under which that resource is there. You see here, I'm going to choose this. This is the one that we were looking for. Apply. Once you apply, scope is applied. Scope means this monitoring feature is for which resource. This is for this resource. This is the place where our applications are generating the logs. Good. Next condition. Signal name. There are various things that you can choose, like availability, failed request, exception. So you can choose exception also. If you choose exception, it will ask you the threshold and other information that you need to select. Let's go with exception. Basically, I did custom log search. Custom log search means you can write a query here. So custom log search means it will open up like this and you can actually write queries here. If you expand this box, you'll see a lot of application insights later tables. All the trace informations are in trace table, requests are in request table, exceptions are in exception table. All of these are tables where informations are stored. So based on your need, you can write this kind of a query. Basically, I'm writing in exception table. I'm looking for these kind of exceptions where the type is this one, and I'm asking you to, asking it to summarize by count. If I run this, okay, for the last 24 hours, I'm getting this result. If I change it to last 7 days and then run it, it will give me a different result. You see these kind of exceptions, I have it. Okay, this is just a query. So basically, all what you have to understand is based on what you choose here, it will come. Okay, so for simple purpose, like for customized one, search logs, custom log search is the best option, where you can write the queries to customize your the alert that you want. But let's say I'm going for failed request. It could be for anything. Okay, threshold is static. you have to fill up a logic here. So aggregator type is count. I wanted to count greater than count of 1. So these are the requests, or in failed requests I'm interested in all the requests. Okay, and then this is the place which will tell you how to trigger. See, when to evaluate. For every 1 minute, look back period is 5 minutes. Doesn't make sense. For every 5 minutes, look back period is 5 minutes. Does make sense. Okay, because it has to be same, because for 1 minute, every 1 minute you're running, the previous 1 minute is what you need to look. That's what it makes sense, right? You can keep adding conditions, but let's keep it simple. If I create next action, in action here, it'll ask you, this is a preview action. Basically, this is the first option is choose. You can actually fill up whatever you want. Like you can give a name. I can choose an existing thing. See, I have already created in the previous one. So let's say I am going to choose this and select. Basically, it will show you what I did. See, I have given a name like this, like whatever the names, and let's go back. For the first time, you can actually fill up a name. So let's say action group, let's say site admin, display name is this one. You can have some meaningful name. Email ID, I wanted to send it to this email ID. Okay, and then I say save. It got selected here. Details you need to specify. Okay, so just for the difference purpose, I am going to say as warning, because failed request alerts. So this is number 2. This is the level, the severity. Okay, alert name, failed request for API. So I'm going to give this. You can also choose some advanced option, tag it. Basically, you can figure out. You can fill up whatever you want. Next is tag. You can give some tag. We can say alert API prod. Okay, and then go to review create. See, it is evaluating that there is something is missing. Okay, we'll figure out what is missing. Action is missing. It is giving some alerts. Let's go to action. The specified name already exists. Great. Okay, so I am going to choose a different name. Okay, I changed the name because it was already there. If I go to details, go to the last step, everything looks good. You see this pricing? This pricing per month is 0.110 cents, like basically 10 cents per month, which is 8 rupees per month, which is okay. So when this price will changes, if you go to the action and no details. Okay, so if you go to the condition, so based on the condition that we select here, the cost is different, and I'll show you the cost that I was setting up for the first alert. So let's go ahead and first create it. So I'm going to choose the failed request, go here, create it. See, it is getting created, it is done. Okay, let's go back and check the alerts that I already have. If I go to monitor, go to alerts, I have another monitor. Okay, so let's go to the monitor, let's go to the alerts. You can see my alerts. This alert, if I open, basically it will tell you the cost. See, that's because it too much of email sending and too much of thing it is monitoring. That's why the cost is more. Basically, I can delete this. If I don't want, I can delete this, like how I'm showing. After you set up everything, even if you don't want to incur 8 rupees or 10 rupees or 0.110 10 cents or something, you can come and delete it. That alert is deleted, which means I will stop seeing the alerts. Okay, I don't want that alert, so I can stop seeing the alerts. And this one is the email that will be triggered based on the second alert that you set up. So in this video, we saw how to set up the alerts in the Azure Monitor. We were able to drill down to a particular types of like failed requests or exception using the App Insights telemetrics, and we were able to set up the alerts. So this is one way of setting up. You can actually go to the application insights itself, like a particular application insights, and there also there's something called alerts. So under monitoring alerts, it will be the same thing. So basically, you can go to monitor and then choose the resource. Like you can do a scope and then select a particular alert, or you can go to the particular resource directly and under monitor, under alerts, you can go and create the alerts rules. Okay, so this is the alert that was already present, and based on the new alerts, like for example alert rules, and if you go inside this, you can see the second alert that we created. This also, if I don't want, I can come and delete it so that I don't incur any charges. Okay, so this is called cleaning up of the resource. So all what you have to know is how to set up the alerts in the Azure Monitor. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Let me know of any of your questions in the comment section. Share this with your friends. If you enjoy this video series, do post a good comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!